My brothers and sisters, we all go through hardships. Sometimes life feels like one big test after another. You wonder, why me? Why is this happening? But let me tell you, every pain has a purpose. Nothing in your life happens by accident. Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. So trust the process, trust Allah's plan. Today, I want to share with you 5 key reminders to help you understand that your struggles are not for nothing. Pain purifies your heart. My brothers and sisters, sometimes we go through pain and we feel like our hearts are being squeezed. We wonder, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? But let me tell you something, beautiful pain is not a punishment, it is purification. It is a means through which we grow, through which we get closer to Allah. You see, when life is easy, when everything is smooth, we sometimes forget our connection with our Creator. We get so caught up in our own little world that we don't even take a moment to reflect. But the moment hardship strikes, suddenly we remember, suddenly we are calling out to Allah with sincerity, with tears in our eyes. That pain, it brings us back. It makes us realize that we are not in control, He is. Think about it, when you face difficulty, you start looking inward. You reflect on your actions. You begin to soften. That arrogance, that pride, that sense of independence, it disappears. Pain humbles you. It reminds you of how fragile you are and how much you need Allah. That's the beauty of it. It is not meant to break you. It is meant to make you. And you know what's amazing? The people who have been through the most hardship, who have cried the most, who have struggled the most, they are often the kindest, the most understanding, the most compassionate. Why? Because they have felt pain, and that pain has softened their hearts. It has made them more aware of the struggles of others. So when you go through pain, don't think it's the end of the world. Don't let it make you bitter. Let it make you better. Let it bring you closer to the one who controls everything. And trust that whatever you are facing, it is not without purpose. It is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Delay is not denial. My brothers and sisters, sometimes in life, we pray for something so deeply, so sincerely, yet nothing seems to be happening. You keep asking, you keep waiting, and you wonder, is Allah even listening? Why is my dua not answered? But let me remind you, just because something is delayed, it does not mean it is denied. You see, we live in a world of instant results. We want things to happen immediately. If we send a message and don't get a reply in 5 minutes, we feel ignored. If we apply for a job and don't get a response, we assume we've failed. But life doesn't work like that, and most importantly, Allah's plan does not follow our timeline. Sometimes the delay is a blessing in disguise. Imagine you desperately want something right now, but what if getting it at this moment would actually harm you? What if that job, that relationship, that opportunity you are chasing would bring you more stress than happiness? Allah knows what you don't know. So, when something is delayed, it is because the time is not right yet. And do you know what happens when we trust Allah's timing? We start to see that every delay was actually making way for something better. That job you didn't get, maybe a better one was coming. That relationship that didn't work out, maybe Allah was protecting you from heartbreak. That plan that kept getting postponed, maybe Allah was saving you from failure. Sometimes the delay is not about the thing you're asking for, it's about you. Maybe you're not ready for it yet. Maybe Allah is strengthening you, teaching you patience, preparing you for something greater. And when the time is right, everything will fall into place in the most beautiful way. So don't be disheartened. Just because you don't see the answer yet, it doesn't mean it's not coming. Trust that every delay is part of a greater plan, and when it finally happens, you will understand why it had to happen this way. Hardships bring strength. My brothers and sisters, life is not meant to be easy all the time. If everything was smooth, if there were no struggles, no difficulties, how would we ever grow? How would we ever become stronger? Hardships are not there to break you. They are there to build you. Think about it. When you go to the gym, do you lift the lightest weights and expect to get stronger? No! You push yourself with heavier weights, and over time your muscles grow. Life works the same way. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. Every hardship is like training for your heart, your mind, and your soul. It shapes you into someone more resilient, more patient, more understanding. Sometimes when we go through difficulties, we feel like we can't handle it. We say, this is too much for me. But look at yourself, think of the things you've already overcome. There were times you thought you wouldn't make it, but here you are today, still standing, still pushing forward. You are much stronger than you think. And do you know what's amazing? The strongest people are usually those who have been through the toughest struggles. They've been knocked down, but they got back up. They have faced rejection, but they didn't give up. They have cried in private, but in public, they lift others up. Hardships give you a strength that no comfort ever could. You see, nothing valuable comes easy. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified through fire. The tallest trees have faced the strongest winds. Likewise, the most remarkable people are those who have been tested, who have struggled, who have endured pain, but they came out better, wiser, and stronger. So, when you face difficulties, don't think of them as punishments. Think of them as preparation. You are being molded, shaped, and strengthened for something greater. And one day, you will look back and realize that every struggle was making you into the person you were meant to be. Your pain is someone else's hope. My brothers and sisters, sometimes we go through difficulties and think, why me? Why am I suffering like this? But what if I told you that your pain is not just about you? What if your struggle is actually someone else's hope? You see, life is full of challenges, and every single one of us faces hardships. But do you know what happens when you overcome them? You become a source of inspiration for others. Someone out there is going through the same battle you once fought, and when they see that you made it through, they will believe they can too. Have you ever met someone who gave you advice from experience? Someone who truly understood your pain? It feels different, doesn't it? Because they've been there. They know what it feels like to struggle. They know what it feels like to cry at night, to feel lost, to question everything. And because they made it through, their words carry weight. Their presence brings comfort. Maybe your struggle is meant to help someone else. Maybe you are meant to be the one who tells someone, I've been there, and I promise you it gets better. Maybe your pain today will be the reason someone else doesn't give up tomorrow. And you know what's amazing? The strongest, kindest, and most understanding people are usually those who have suffered the most. Why? Because pain softens the heart. It makes you more compassionate. It teaches you patience. It allows you to see the struggles of others in a way you never did before. So don't let your hardships make you bitter. Let them make you better. Let them turn you into a person who can lift others up, because one day someone will hear your story, someone will see your strength, and they will find hope because of you. Jannah is the ultimate prize. My brothers and sisters, we go through so much in this life: pain, loss, struggles, disappointments. At times it feels overwhelming, and we ask ourselves, how much more can I take? But let me remind you of something beautiful. This life is temporary. Every hardship you endure, every tear you shed, every difficulty you face, it's all leading you to something far greater than you can imagine. You see, if life was meant to be perfect, if everything was supposed to go smoothly, then what would be the point of Jannah? Why would we need an eternal paradise if we were already living in one? The reality is, this world was never meant to be your final home. It was never meant to be free of struggles. It is a journey, a test, a stepping stone to something better. And that's why we must never lose sight of the ultimate goal. When you are faced with trials, remind yourself, every moment of patience, every hardship you endure, every sacrifice you make is bringing you closer to eternal peace, eternal happiness, eternal comfort. Imagine a place where there is no pain, no sadness, no stress, only pure joy, only endless blessings. That is what awaits you. Think about it. Nothing valuable in this world comes easy. If you want success, you have to work for it. If you want to achieve something great, you have to struggle. So why should Jannah be any different? If we truly want to attain something so perfect, so beautiful, then surely we have to go through some tests along the way. And you know what's amazing? Every single hardship you go through in this world is not wasted. It is building something for you. It is elevating you. It is preparing you for something beyond your imagination. The struggles will end. The pain will fade. But Jannah is forever. That is the real success. That is the ultimate prize.